I think my house is gone.
Is it close to the tree line?
Yeah.
What do you think you're gonna do next?
I honestly have no idea. I haven't really thought that far. Just kind of see if my house survived, and if not, go from there.
Over to my right, there are a bunch of people out here. They've been here for hours. A bunch of them are protesting. They have their makeshift signs, cardboard signs, a lot of them saying, as we've been talking about, that he's too late. Some of them feel that he should have been here much earlier. Other signs that say actions speak louder than words. So hearing a lot from the people here, as well as Hawaiian flags.
Yes, welcome back. Joe Biden sparked outrage by comparing Hawaiian blaze that killed at least 114 to a kitchen fire at his house after making tone-deaf hot ground joke. According to this article recently published by the Daily Mail, I don't know if you have seen these videos. Before we go into these videos, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that, and if possible, why not share this clip? It helps to spread the message across.
Coming in from Maui. What is going on here? I'm from Montana normally, and this feels like out of the Wild West. Read this headline. Marines neutralize fleeing FEMA convoy in Maui? What the heck? Let's see what's going on with this. This is dated rawrealnews.com. You can type that headline in and it's reported on multiple sites. I would love to know your thoughts about this, but let's read on. United States Marines on Friday neutralized a FEMA convoy that fled fire-stricken Lahaina for Haleakala National Park, a 33,000-acre wilderness and home to the state's highest peak, Mount Haleakala, from where FEMA might have escaped had the Marines not downed a helicopter sent to rescue the federal brigands. The chase began early Friday morning when a Marine platoon and FEMA had a shootout in the Maui Forest Reserve east of Lahaina Beach. Responding to intelligence reports, the Marines caught FEMA red-handed, burying corpses in an earthen grave the feds had evacuated with backhoes. Burying corpses in an earthen grave the feds had evacuated with a backhoe. A procession of FEMA agents hauled the bodies of men, women, and children out of an M35 deuce-and-a-half cargo truck and heaped them atop another as federal supervisors stood around smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee. Is this real? The Marines had dismounted a distance away and had crept into FEMA AO undetected. FEMA Real Raw News' source in General Smith's office would later say, "We were more interested in cracking insensitive jokes about the dead than posting lookouts or watch for white hat forces." I don't know. Did this really happen? We're talking about grenades and helicopters and FEMA? I don't know, but I have seen local reports of many people saying that they've seen FEMA dumping donations into the dump instead of giving them to the people. And we've seen others reporting them taking supplies and not dispersing them to people. Can we trust FEMA? What the heck is going on? If you have any news about this, I would love to know. I was kind of checked out. Since last Thursday, I went to recharge in the jungle alone, away from all media. And so I haven't really been even looking on social media, but I would love to know. And here's another comment that I found on a local Maui page. Does anyone know why there are so many DEA in Kihei walking around with guns? What the heck is going on here? Kihei is really far from Lahaina, and I heard that the DEA agents, which usually deal with drugs, are staying here in Kihei where I live. Really interesting. Do you have any thoughts? Do you have any experiences with this? Please share. If we know one thing, what's being reported on the news is absolutely not the truth of really what's happening on the ground. They're still reporting the body count as in the 100s. And I can tune into this psychically, and many people are also reporting that it is way higher than that. They're only giving the number of bodies that they can somewhat identify, and the entire area was pretty much incinerated, and so the bodies are not being able to be identified, and I don't think they'll ever get a true count, honestly, if they're trying to DNA test these remains over this massive area where an entire city was incinerated to the ground. But when I tune into that, the number that I get and take what resonates is 1,361 lives lost. That is humans. And when I tune into animals, I get 580.
Yes, when you take a look at what is happening, it clearly tells you one thing. I didn't want to report this By reading articles, I wanted so you can see exactly what is coming out from these TikTok videos. Particularly to what Joe recently did, it is actually devastating to see the president doing this. It has reached a certain level. People needed to call this out, and I'm glad what I saw on the street. I don't want to play some of the videos because some of the words they use were extremely disturbing. Now, taking a look at this article the Daily Mail recently published, it clearly tells you exactly what the people are thinking. Joe Biden on Monday made a 5-hour long symbolic tour of Hawaii in which he compared the devastating wildfire which have killed at least 114 people and left 850 missing to his experience of a small kitchen fire. Arriving in Hawaii 2 weeks from the fateful day on which the blaze broke out, the 80-year-old faced a hostile environment from the onset. From the outside, after his no comment response to questions this weekend about the wildfire spark fury. The president motorcard was met with a scream of FU as a rule passed rule of disgruntled residents, many of whom have lost friends, family members, and their homes to the inferno. But bumbling Biden only compounded the anger when he began to speak Menendre's speech about the loss of his wife and baby daughter in 1972 before comparing a kitchen fire at his Delaware home in 2004 to the flames that razed the city of Lahaina to the ground. The cherry on top of the president's cake of gaffes came just after his speech, which Biden asked rescue team whether their boots were reinforced before rooting the hot ground beneath their feet in a clueless attempt at humor. It comes as Hawaiian resident politicians are like unleashed a torrent of criticism about the Biden administration aid plans that have seen checks of just $700 handed to each affected family. Disgusting. You can imagine President comparing what recently happened or is still happening to his kitchen fire. I don't know if this is a joke or what exactly it is crazy. I've seen the video circulating on social media how some people even came on the street to demonstrate and they don't like to see him. It clearly tells you something here. If these same people get up to vote Biden in 2024, then there must be something here I don't understand. It is high time you realize the people really you. If you don't realize this, then you will never realize anything again.
Do you regret not sounding the sirens?
I do not.
Well, aren't we Americans too? Like, we're part of the United States, but why are we getting put in the back pocket?
Still looking to get that federal assistance? Please go call 1-800-621-FEMA. Closely with commercial airlines to get folks